What's up, y'all? This is BoxingWave. I wanted to talk about the Glazkov Derric Rossy fight. That it was a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. Um, I take a bunch of fights on the DVR, and I just got around to watching the full fight. Um, I wouldn't call it a robbery. Okay, I think Derric Rossy was clearly winning the first half of the fight, starting to slow down a little bit, and it showed. And Glazkov, I think, took over in the second half of the fight. I thought the fight myself, I thought it was draw. I thought it was a draw, 5-5, straight like that. Uh, Rossy was outboxing Glazkov, though. Okay, Glazkov started winning rounds because he was outworking Rossy, because Rossy was throwing a lot of punches. Okay, I believe he was already, it was a 10-round bout, and I think he was like already over 500 punches thrown in the 8th round. For heavyweight, for a big heavyweight, that's pretty good. And he had a decent, he was pretty accurate, he was outboxing Glazkov. Glazkov was really, you know what, I don't think he was exposed in this fight, but there's a lot of things he just needs to work on and add to his game. He needs to learn how to throw combinations, man. If anything, he needs to know how to throw combinations, okay? Get a little bit better, setting up his punches in his time. And he really didn't have anything other than 1-2, just throwing a right hand, throwing a jab out there and just following it up with the right hand. Derric Rossy was able to counter him, land combinations. It was very easy for him to slip Glazkov's jab and counter him. He did it all night long. Okay, but the second half, unfortunately, he was a little bit more tired. So I think Glazkov ended very, very well. Okay, I think the last 2 rounds, Glazkov just took over, and he went for broke. And by that time, Rossy was very fatigued. Okay, I don't think he should have got the win. Okay, I thought it was a draw. One of the judges scored it. It was a 10-round fight. So I believe one of the judges scored at 95-95, one scored at 96-94 for Glazkov, and the other scored at 98-92. I don't know how that was possible. 98-92. There's no way Glazkov won that many rounds. Not even close. Okay, 96-94 is, to me, it's still pushing. But I could respect that. I could deal with that. But a 98-92 card for one of the judges, that's terrible. And I don't know if you guys saw the fight, but Rossy, he spoke about it, and he explained how this is his manhood, this is his livelihood. For the judges to come in and give those type of scores, he still has a life that he has to live. This is what he does for a living. From my understanding, the commentators were speaking about how Rossy is doing boxing full time. I guess he wasn't always doing it full time, and this is his livelihood here. This is how he pays his bills. This is how he survives. This is how he, can afford to feed himself and his family or whatever. And these judges to just go and give 98-92 scorecards when he arguably won the first 5 rounds. 5 or 6 rounds. It's crazy. But it's not the first time we've seen it. And it's no disrespect to Glazkov. I mean, he's still a good fighter. I think he's ranked really, really high. Okay, I believe in IBF he's right behind Klitschko and Pulev. My thing with Glazkov, and I've spoke about him before, I think he is a good fighter. I would like to see him fight some of these undefeated guys before he moves on to fight a Pulev or a Klitschko. I just don't think he's ready for either one of those guys, all right? Especially after watching this fight, where he got outboxed, okay? It's not like, as far as he seemed to be pretty decent. He was even outworked. Okay, Rossy seemed to be outworking him for the majority of the fight. That's scary. I don't even know if Glazkov was well conditioned for this fight. Okay, I don't know if it was just a bad fight or bad night, but it seems like he didn't have too many weapons in his arsenal. And I think he needs to work on some of those things. And I also think that Glazkov needs to fight some of these undefeated fighters, like, or some of these guys that are, you know, are still young in their professional career, like Andy Ruiz, or maybe even a Mike Perez, or Carlos Takam, or there's plenty of fighters before getting to that level where you're fighting Klitschko, you know, because there's a good chance that after Klitschko, depending on who wins between Pulev and Klitschko, that he might be the guy to fight next. And I know he beat Adamic and everything, but Adamic is, you know, he's in a different point, a different stage in his career. Okay? He's a lot older, and I really don't think Adamic could compete with a lot of these newer guys coming up. And Adamic is a smaller heavyweight. Okay, it's a smaller heavyweight. He used to be a cruiserweight. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, I think Glazkov needs to work and improve, and I know he's ranked high, but he's just not ready for that stage, in my opinion. Right? I think he should fight some of these other guys. So anyway, let me know what you think. You guys thought on the fight. Do you think it was a robbery? You know, I don't mind them giving him the win. You know, because some of those rounds were close, but you know, a 98-92 scorecard was a little too crazy for me. All right, so let me know what you guys think on that fight.